Lajang Sumping di Kampung Naga. It means welcome to Kampung Naga. Hi, my name is Lydia.
I'm Shakila.
And I'm Karisa.
And now come and join us to unveil the history of Kampung Naga. Let's go!
Kampung Naga is a traditional settlement area that occupies a valley area. Kampung Naga is located on an area of 1.5 hectares. To reach this village, we have to use 440 stairs with 500 meters long and 2 meters wide. These stairs is made from natural stones, so it is safe to pass even though the downhill journey is quite long. Currently, this village is accommodate 113 buildings and inhabited by 108 families. This village is also completed with mosque, meeting hall, and also rice barn. And the majority of religion here in Kampung Naga are Muslims. Kampung Naga is located in Tasikmalaya, West Java. People here in Kampung Naga is still holding a strong culture of their ancestors, which is Sundanese culture. Naga in Kampung Naga is from word Nagawir, which means valley and cliffs in Sundanese. This is reversed to the location of Kampung Naga is surrounded by the cliffs and valley. But the origin of this village itself doesn't have a real story. There is no historical evidence when and who were the founder of this village and why this village still hold on a strong culture. Then, because of that, people here in Kampung Naga call the history of their village with the term of Parum Obor. Parum, which means dead or dark, and Obor, which means light or lamp. So if it's translated fully, it becomes the death of lighting. This is related to history of Kampung Naga itself. Then the people here in Kampung Naga reported the cause of there is no historical evidence because of the Kartosuwiryo DITI organization in 1956. At that time, the DITI wants to create an Islamic state here in Indonesia, but then Kampung Naga, the people in Kampung Naga refused it. Then the DITI burned down the village.
Okay, so now I'm in Saung Lisung. So Saung Lisung is a building where they pound the rice. And for the person who pound the rice are the women of Kampung Naga itself. And now as you can see for the building itself, the main material that they used are woods. And for the roof, it's covered by ijuk or fibers. And then for the floor itself, they placed a long mortar or lesung panjang. And then also they placed a hammer or a pestle for they pound the rice. So as you can see, the women of Kampung Naga itself just pounding the dry rice and just sifting the dry rice. And now I'm standing in front of Kampung Naga's mosque. So as you can see in front of Kampung Naga's mosque, there is a large drum or called as beduk with a stick. And whenever it's time to pray, the merbot will play the beduk. And now for the model itself, Kampung Naga's mosque is not like the other mosque. So the model of this mosque called as Julang Ngapak. On the outside is covered by ijuk or fibers, and on the inside called the hatap. And now let's come into the mosque. So the main material that they use for this mosque are woods. And for the windows, the doors itself also made of woods. Come on, let's go inside. Okay, so now I'm in front of Balai Patamon or the village hall. So this is the place where they gather to discuss various problems as villagers in Kampung Naga. And for this building itself, also made of woods with the ijuk for the cover of the roof and the hatap below. And this place also can be used for their receiving guests or large number of groups. And as you can see, the people there in Kampung Naga, they are just talk to each other and help each other out with their works. And also, as you can see, this Balai Patemon can be used as a multifunction room. Like the kids there, they play with each other in Balai Patemon together. Okay, so now I'm in front of village's late. So this late is functioned as the village's treasury, so they can store the rice grains inside this late. And so whenever the villages of Kampung Naga is in the lack of funds, they can borrow it from this late. And for the building itself is also made of woods, and they cover the roof with ijuk or fibers.
The houses in Kampung Naga is a stilt house, and it is a customary orders that must be obeyed by all of the villager. Based on Sundanese cosmology, the world is divided into three parts. The first part is the underworld, where the dead returns, and the second one is the middle world, where the human being lives, and the third one is the upper world, the place of the spirits. And the stilt house is actually the embodiment. Based on the number of the entrances, there is a one-door house or Bumi Panto Hiji, and there are the two-door house or Bumi Panto Dua. The one-door house or Bumi Panto Hiji is the oldest form of the house, and now there is only one left in this Kampung Naga. So it becomes a sacred place to store all of the ancestral heritage objects. And only those of them who got permission from the locksmith that can enter the buildings. And sadly, we cannot even documentation it. But behind me, there is already the two-door house or the new form of the house that used by all of the villagers right now. And now, come and join me to take a look at the kitchen. The kitchen in Kampung Naga has a clay stove called tahu. And now, we are coming inside of the house, and you can see one of the villager is boiling water from the tahu or the clay stove. When you come inside their house, you will be served with their daily snacks such as rengginang, opak, and wajik. Rengginang and opak are made from rice. They have salty flavor and crunchy texture. Meanwhile, wajik is made from brown sugar, so it has a very sweet flavor. The one that I just ate is rengginang. For their traditional culinary itself, they have one specialty soup called sayur gembrung. It's actually a soup of vegetables. Commonly in Indonesia, we call it sayur lodeh. But what makes it special is that the people of Kampung Naga also put kecombrang flour into the soup, so it has sour and spicy flavor. Sadly, they don't serve it daily anymore since many younger people of Kampung Naga didn't really like it. So they only make it when there is a big event or ceremony. So this is the end of our virtual tour here in Kampung Naga.
And we are already unveiled the history of Kampung Naga and exploring about Kampung Naga itself.
So thank you for joining us. Mugia patepang deui. See you next time.